Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Cooking Club. Today we're making biscuits, and we're going to make them interesting biscuits, of course. I've been thinking about some things I might want to put in mine. I wonder if Hailey's been thinking about that too.
I have. I've actually collected all of my secret supplies. I'm all ready. I have some sweet ones, and I have some not so sweet ones.
Okay.
Ooh.
Mystery. What's going to be in here? Let's see.
It looks like it's runny.
I bet you don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
All shall be revealed in due time. So I've washed my hands.
I washed mine.
Palms, the back, the other back, fingernails, thumb. If you want to hear that song again, because I know it's going to be a big hit, you can go back to our first video and watch it again. That was a one-time deal, man. Okay. Clean hands.
Got my apron.
Hailey, you touched your hair.
I know. I'm going to go wash my hands again. I forgot when I touch my face, I have to go wash my hands.
All right, in the meantime, I've got my, I printed out the ingredients really big, and I actually put it on a laminated sheet.
Oh, that looks super helpful, Carol.
Yeah. Okay. And of course, I've got a little twist I'm going to throw into my basic dough.
Ooh.
I love experimenting. I'm pretty sure it's going to turn out okay. So there's 5 things on our list. The first 3 things are kind of dry, powdery things: baking powder, flour, and salt. So we're going to mix those 3 things together first. Then we'll add the shortening, and we're going to do make sure that's all nicely distributed. And then when that's all ready, then we'll add the milk.
Sounds good.
Okay. Why is that important? It's important for how the texture of the biscuits is going to turn out. Okay, so I need 2 cups of flour. And Hailey, I'm actually going to do only half a recipe.
Okay.
So I'm going to do half a cup. So nope.
No,
1/4.
I think that says a 3. Oh, I see the 2 there.
Excellent. Okay.
But Carol, I have a question
So
for
I've
you.
got my flour here.
You said we needed 2 cups of flour and you're only doing half of it. If I split 2 in half, that means you would have a cup of flour and I would have a cup of flour. I think you have the wrong measuring cup.
This is why it's good to do teamwork. That would have been interesting.
Do you have a 1 cup measure? Because you could do the half cup twice. Okay.
So I've got my flour. I have a spoon. I'm going to use the spoon to scoop flour here.
I have the same thing. I have a scoop in my flour too.
Cool.
I like to scoop mine over the bowl because I know I make a big mess when I dump mine out.
Scooping over the bowl, good idea. Boy, it's a lot of spoonfuls.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I'm ready with my first cup.
Me too.
I think I have too much.
Yeah, we both have mountain. I remember what to do. Oh.
I don't think ours looks the same.
It's not flat. Now I have a hole.
I use the flat side of my knife.
Flat side, here we go. I'm putting it all the way across and slide. Woohoo! Look at that.
Nice and flat. So because I'm doing a whole recipe, I have to do that one more time.
Oh yeah. See, you get to do math in the kitchen.
Math is my favorite subject.
Oh!
I got my flour.
Okay. Hailey, I remember something now. That cooking is fun with a friend. I live alone, so I don't have someone here to help me. But if I did, I would hand this off to my cooking buddy. My cooking buddy could be the dumper.
I wish I had somebody cooking with me because I would have had them hold the measuring cup when I scoop my flour because I made a big mess doing it by myself.
Oh yeah, I like how you're thinking. All right, now I've got some tricky math coming up. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. I know that 1 tablespoon is 15 milliliters.
Mm-hmm.
And so half of 15 is 7.5. So I'm going to find 5 mil and 2 mil, because those two added together make 7.
I have a fancy scoop that tells me right on it, a half tablespoon. So I don't have to do any math on mine.
Okay, look at this.
Oh, nice. I see a 5.
I found the 5 and look at that. 2.5. So it's half. Okay, baking powder.
See, when I'm cooking, I always make sure that it says a B when it says tablespoons, because otherwise I might use a teaspoon by accident.
Yeah. All right. Okay, I'm going to pretend to hand this off to my cooking buddy. You can be the scooper. I'll be the leveler. Okay, other people has scooped. Other person is holding it on top of the baking powder. Now I am leveling it. Look at that, teamwork.
There's my tablespoon.
Now we have another one. This time me and my buddy are going to change jobs. This time I'm the scooper and my invisible buddy over here. Hang on. Hello, my name is Schnett. Schnett's going to be my baking buddy today. All right, Schnett. I get to scoop and you get to level. All right, you just have a seat right here for now. I get to scoop. This might be a little bit tricky. All right, Schnett. Wow, I'm so excited. You never let me use knives. Well, Schnett, this is a table knife, so you can't hurt yourself with this one. Here we go.
That looks nice and flat.
Yay! I'm a baker. Yeah. All right, Schnett. Stay tuned. Okay, the last dry thing is salt. Yeah, boy. Half a teaspoon of salt. Hailey, you're good at math.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what half of half is.
That's a tricky one, Carol. When you take half of a half, you actually get a quarter. The 1 1/4.
Aha. Cool.
And I'm going to use my half teaspoon. Make sure it says the TSP, not tablespoon. That'd be a lot of salt.
Okay.
Okay.
You're putting pineapple powder in your biscuits?
Not pineapple, Carol. It's just salt. I have a pepper shaker just like it.
I like it.
Okay. Nice and flat.
Yay. All right.
I think that looks like corn.
Bingo.
Interesting.
All right.
Ooh.
Okay, we are ready for stirring. Oh.
This is what I picked.
I like your pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use the same one. Now, this is a great partner time. Hold for one person. Come on in, Schnett. Hang on to that bowl. You know, you need to go to physio and work on your sitting a little bit. So you hold on I'm gonna stir. Okay, let's trade jobs. You can stir, Schnett, and I'll hold the bowl. And you know, Schnett, since you're learning, we can both hold the spoon and we can go in circles, stop. Back and forth and back and forth. Change our direction. Keep it interesting.
I know when I stir things like this, if I go too fast, it flies right out of the bowl. So I need to make sure I go nice and slow.
Yeah. Who likes vacuuming constantly?
Not me.
I do. Schnett. You try to vacuum, but you keep flopping over because your feet are too slippery. But I appreciate the effort. All right, Hailey, we're ready for shortening.
Okay.
So it says a quarter cup. I have to do more math.
Oh man.
Half of a quarter.
An easy trick I learned is when you're working with fractions like a quarter, instead of dividing, you multiply the number by 2. So when we went from a half to a quarter, we times the 2 by 2 and we got a 4. So this time if you times the 4 by 2, you get a
8.
Exactly. So you have 1
Okay.
8.
So now I like using this handy measuring thing on the side of my box.
I find it so helpful.
I don't know if you can see that, but between those lines, there's a 1 and an 8. So if I cut a slice that big, then I know it's an 1/8 of a cup.
I'm doing mine. It's way in the middle here. It's the 1 and the 4.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, gonna line up my little measuring stick. This is tricky. It's a very good do together.
Mm-hmm.
If one person holds the measurer and the other person kind of, what I like to do is kind of make a line and then check. Is that kind of the right size? So that's a good thing for your junior cook to do, to learn how to do that. Okay. Plop.
Mine's a little bigger than Carol's.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Now, the recipe says that we should cut the shortening.
I don't know. My shortening is pretty soft. That might turn into some goo.
Hmm.
I have a
Cut.
butter knife. Butter knives can.
Oh, yeah.
I'll try it.
Okay.
Well, I cut it in half. That worked. I'll try again. They're even smaller.
Cool.
I think it's working.
I'm just going to say here for our junior cooks who are watching that Hailey and I are holding our bowls up just so you can see. But when you're cooking at home, keep your bowl on the counter.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, if your family has some of that shelf liner that helps things not to slide around, put that under your bowl.
My bowl
because that's
has a
easier.
grip. So when I put it on the
Fancy
counter, it doesn't move.
Very cool. Okay, look what I have, Hailey.
Ew. That looks
A
really sharp.
pastry. Yeah, so I'm glad I have the handle here. My fingers don't need to get close to all those cutters at the bottom. This is one of my favorite tools. I don't know why.
You know what?
It's just fun.
When I was looking, because I don't have a pastry cutter, on what you could use, they said if you put your shortening in the fridge, you can use a cheese grater, and then it's already mixed in once you grate it into your bowl.
No way!
And then you don't even have to use the pastry cutter.
That is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing this kind of, okay, this is another nice do together. Or if you both put your hands on the handles, then you can kind of sing a song and you can start and stop. Start.
My arm is getting so tired, Carol. I wish I had a second person to do it at the same time. Then I do less cutting.
That is such a fun teamwork thing. Okay. I have a little bit of shortening stuck on my pastry cutter. I'm going to ask Jeanette to help me out with this. And I'm going to ask Jeanette to take the table knife and just scrape off this dough that's stuck. Ready, Jeanette? Okay. Scrape, scrape, scrape. So now I'm the holder. Jeanette is the scraper. I might need to do the finishing touches because when we're learning, it's always good to have an expert, and sometimes the expert does the finishing touches because no one's perfect when they're learning. Thanks, Jeanette. And I'd highly recommend taking turns with this cutting part.
My arms are burning.
Yeah. So the recipe says to cut until it looks like coarse crumbs.
I'm not there yet.
I'm getting close. Ooh! I'm almost at the point where I can use my mystery ingredient, Hailey.
I'm so curious to know what that could be.
You will know soon enough.
Carol, I didn't tell you, but I have a plant that I was growing that I'm going to put in my biscuits.
Really?
Yeah. It looks just like this. I've been growing it in my window.
Oh, I thought maybe you were growing dandelions and you'd put a whole dandelion in your biscuit.
I'm not a fan of dandelions. I like to save them for the bees.
Oh. Okay, Hailey, I have crumbs.
Oh.
Oh, and I bet that you've all been admiring my very beautiful hat today. It used to be a tea towel. Now it's my chef hat. All right.
Okay,
Hailey, I'm ready.
too.
I'm ready to reveal the mystery ingredient. I'm going to give you a chance to see if you can guess what that might be.
Runny, but not watery. I wonder how it smells.
It is a really strong smell.
Really strong smell. And
Almost vinegary.
Oh, vinegary. Oh. It looks
Like sour.
Oh, I think I know what it is. I might be
Oh,
wrong,
yeah?
but because I know Carol, she makes a lot of sourdough bread. So I think you're going to make sourdough biscuits.
Yep. So I'm going to throw in some really, really sour sourdough starter. I've never tried this before. Here goes. I'm going to pour a little bit of milk in here and mix it up because I need half a cup of milk. You need a whole cup. And I'm going to make this part of my half cup.
Okay.
I'm kind of excited. There's a sourdough bakery in the city that makes everything with sourdough. Cookies, biscuits, cake, you name it. Yeah, and it's all delicious.
Carol, I'm a little nervous.
They have.
This is so heavy, and I just took the cap off. I just got it yesterday.
Oh boy.
So, I have my measuring cup, but because I'm by myself, I now have to lift the jug to pour it. But I think if I bring this closer, I can catch some of my milk. I'm going to try, but I might make a big mess.
Definitely a better job for two people. You're good at this, Hailey.
Okay, whoa, that's heavy. And if I look, I have the liquid measure cup. I'm above the line. I have a little too much.
Okay. I was noticing that you were squatting down there, Hailey. Were you doing your exercises?
Well, I am doing my exercises, but I'm also trying to make sure I have the right level. Because if I'm holding it here, it looks right. But when I bring it to my eye, I see I have too much. I'm going to pour a little bit out.
Okay. So I'm looking for the half line, and I'm bringing my eyes. Nope, this is below. So I'm going to add a little more milk.
Mine is right on the half or on the 1 cup now.
Fabulous. It all takes practice. Okay, let's see. Not yet. A little bit more. Ta-da! Hailey, pouring stuff is such a good partner activity because one person can get their eye down and watch that line, while the other person pours really slowly and waits for the person to say, slow down, almost there, stop.
That would be really helpful with my big jug of milk.
Okay, we're ready. I've got my milk mixed in with a bit of sourdough starter. Here we go. Oh, sorry, Jeanette. I see your disappointed face. Jeanette wanted to be the dumper. Sorry, Jeanette. We've got stirring coming up here, Jeanette, so you can help with that. Oh, I remember your trick, Hailey. One person holds the spoon and the other person moves the bowl.
Mm-hmm. You just spin your bowl. And you keep
it's a little bit tricky when I'm also, oh, sorry, say that again.
You keep your spoon in the same spot and you just spin your bowl.
That's great. All right, Jeanette, I'm gonna put the finishing touches here on the stirring. I want to get all the flour mixed in. Sometimes the dough is too sticky. I wonder what to do if the dough is too sticky.
You could probably try add something to it.
Oh, my dough is too sticky.
Mine is also quite sticky.
Flour is powdery. I'm going to add more flour.
I don't think adding salt would be a good idea.
Oh, no. And if you have too much baking powder and stuff, then you get kind of a bitter taste. So I think that would be a bad idea too. So I just put in a little dab of flour. Let's see. Sometimes I like mixing my biscuit dough by hand.
Oh, that sounds fun.
And as it gets less sticky, it's not sticking to my fingers. Okay, I think I'm good, Hailey.
Mine is quite sticky still. I think I need a bit more flour.
Look out, here comes a snowball. All right, now I am ready for the creativity part. So I'm gonna take a little blob of dough. I'm taking about that much, like a golf ball. Okay, what is it gonna be?
Oh.
I thought these were gummy bears.
They look like it.
They're not.
Huh.
I had a little taste.
Interesting.
Yeah. They're kind of a cross between a jujube and something else. Anyway, so I'll call this guy, I don't know.
Stuart.
Hi, Stuart. Hailey. We've both been working with Stuart for a long time. All right, Stuart. Stuart, you've been working so hard. I think it's time for you to have a little rest. Stuart, I'm going to wrap you up in a blankie.
Ew.
Okay, so I'm taking my dough, flattening it out. Okay, there's Stuart's blankie. Okay, tuck you in, Stuart. Make sure your head is resting on the bed. Oh, you look so cozy. Okay, Stuart. There you go. Biscuit number 1.
I think for my first biscuit, I'm going to use my plant.
Ooh.
Do you think you could tell from here, Carol, what kind of plant I have? Really thin and leafy.
Looks like feathers.
Kind of.
Is it a fern?
Nope, it's a spice.
Ah.
You rub it together. Oh.
I wonder if that smells like pickles.
It does. My favorite part of a pickle is this smell right here.
I bet it rhymes with pill.
You guessed it, it's dill.
Yay!
I'm gonna pinch off a little bit.
That is gonna taste so good. So while you do that, Hailey, I was thinking about pierogies.
Oh, I like pierogies.
And I thought, what if I took the things that are in a pierogi and put them in a biscuit?
That sounds delicious.
So I have some onion and some bacon and some cheese.
Nice.
So I'm going to crumble up some bacon. Okay. Now my fingers are full of dough, so I don't want you guys to think that I don't find Jeanette to be a valuable cooking partner, but it's complicated getting him to have a shower. So he's supervising for now. Okay, so this bacon I cooked before, it's nice and crispy and it's cold. So it's safe for me to crumble with my fingers. Squish. Hey, Hailey, remember that time we were at a cooking club and we needed to crumble cookies?
Oh, yes. I have done many different ways to crumble cookies, but my favorite was watching one of our friends run it over with his wheelchair in a Ziploc bag, not just the cookie on the ground.
That's the best.
Mm-hmm. Or I was at a Saturday Night for Teens once, Carol, and we took a spoon bigger than this, and we just smacked the cookies right in the Ziploc bag on the table with a big spoon.
Oh, thank goodness they were in a bag.
Yeah, it'd be so messy.
Cookie explosion.
They were in 2 bags because the outside bag broke. So we had an inside bag to keep all the cookie in there.
You are one smart cookie. Oh!
Carol.
Smart cookie. Okay. So I've got my grater here I'm actually going to use the grater to shred some onion. And if I had a cut-resistant glove, that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
We have some at work, but I don't have one at home. So I'm just going to be really careful that I don't shred my fingers or my nails. So I have my bacon crumbles. I'm going to add a little bit of shredded onion. And I've got some cheese shreds. So mix them all together. And I liked what you did last week, Hailey. You made kind of sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
So this one I'm going to squish a little bit thin. And then I'll put my fillings on top. They kind of spilled a little bit. Okay, and I'll put it down here. There it is.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to put a lid on it.
You know what,
So
Carol?
here's my,
I love pierogies.
what?
So I'm going to try make one too. But I'm allergic to onions, so I'm not going to put the onions in. But I have cheese and bacon right here.
Oh, cool. Okay, there's my pierogi biscuit. What Hailey, you made a surprise cookie for me last week. It had two things in it. One was green and one was brown.
Did it look like this?
Bacon. Yep.
Yep. I have a few green things out today. I have sprinkles. I have my plant.
It wasn't sprinkles.
I also have this. My homemade garlic-free pesto.
And I have pesto with garlic in it. I'm going to make a biscuit with pesto and bacon. I bet that's going to be super good. Okay. Squish. I'm going to kind of make this like a bowl for starters. So I can put a little bit of pesto in the middle there.
It's like a jelly donut.
Yeah. All right. A little bit of pesto. Put it in my little bowl here. Spread it around. This is going to be so good. Okay, I need some bacon. All right. Gonna add my bacon. But you know what, Hailey? This time I don't want to put a lid on it.
I wonder how it's gonna cook. It might be like a gooey center.
It's not all in the center anymore.
No.
Okay. I'm mixing it all in. Oh yeah. I have got a great pesto-y, bacon-y biscuits.
Cool.
I'm gonna put it down next to Stuart.
You know, Carol, when I was looking in my cupboard trying to find sweet things to put in my biscuit, I didn't have much, but I have this cinnamon sugar that I like putting on my French toast. So I thought it could be like a French toast biscuit.
Yum!
Smells very sweet and sugary, but I'm not sure how much I should put. I'll start with that. I think it's ready. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the outside. There.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna make one more. And I'm gonna put in some tomato.
Ooh.
And feta cheese. And dun 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 dun. Jalapeno.
Interesting.
Nice and spicy.
Was the jalapeno the secret thing you showed me at the beginning?
I forgot about the secret. Thanks for the reminder, Hailey.
Well, I'm so interested to know what it is.
I'm going to give you a hint. These two things have something in common.
Oh, well, because I know how to kind of cook, I know that just because they're different colors, that they're actually kind of the same thing. One is just sun-dried, and then one is just a regular tomato. I love tomatoes so much. I cook with them all the time. But if I didn't, it kind of looks like a prune if I didn't cook with tomatoes.
And a prune used to be a plum.
Mm-hmm.
A raisin used to be a...
Not a tomato. Used to be a grape.
Used to be a grape. Yeah. So you take things, you dry them all out, and then they look different.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually going to chop up this sun-dried tomato instead of this one. Now I'm using a sharp knife. If you are still working on your safety skills, actually it's a good idea for all of us. I'm going to hold my sun-dried tomato with the fork. That way my fingers are really out of the way and I can cut and not worry about cutting my fingers. And Hailey, I bet you know a way for cutting to be a two-person job.
Well, depending what you're using, but I sometimes get my friend to hold the fork and then they have a nice strong hand and then I use the knife because I have practice with a knife. So that my friend, even if they don't know how to use a knife, they can still help me.
Oh, good.
While you're doing that, Carol, I'm making a secret cookie. I'll show you when it's all finished.
Ooh. Yeah, wait. You know, I haven't made a single crazy biscuit yet today. I'm thinking about what kind of crazy biscuit I might make. All right, so I've got my sun-dried tomato, jalapeno pepper, feta cheese. I'm gonna make this one kind of big, and I'll make it like a sandwich again. So I'll put this on top. Distribute it. I'm going to make a special lid for this biscuit. Hailey, I wonder if you have a favorite animal?
I do. My favorite animal is a frog.
What's your second favorite animal?
A turtle.
If you had to choose between a pet giraffe, bear, or elephant, I wonder which one you would choose.
Elephant. That's my third favorite animal.
Serious?
Yep.
Cool. Look.
Ooh.
It's an elephant-shaped cookie cutter.
Cool. Carol, I need to show you my cookie because my fingers are very messy from it. And why I say cookie, because that's what it looks like. It's a big ball of bright green dough. I used my neon green food coloring and I mixed it up and my fingers are green now. And on the inside, I filled it with green sprinkles. Because green's my favorite color.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Mm-hmm. But now I have to wash my hands or all of my other biscuits are going to be green. Ooh, I like that.
So I'm going to put this elephant on top of the tomato feta jalapeno biscuits.
Cool.
See?
That looks very cool.
There it is. Isn't that great? And here's the part that was left over after I cut it out. So I'm going to try to use that too. That's a little bit tricky because it easily loses its shape. This one is going to be my interesting biscuit.
Ooh.
Okay. What am I going to do? Oh, yeah, I know.
Ooh.
Coffee. Instant coffee. This might not be a good choice for kids to try.
I'm not a fan of coffee.
But, you know, the parents can decide. Some parents prefer that their kids don't have caffeine. So they could try some decaf instant coffee or just a little bite of this kind. Looks kind of funky.
Yeah.
So the strange thing I'm going to add to coffee is going to be, where did they go? Oh, here they are.
Are those black beans?
Nope, I picked these last summer at Little Mountain Park. They grow up on trees up high.
Are they Saskatoons?
Yep.
Carol, I just pulled Saskatoon jam out of my fridge to use in my biscuit.
Hailey, we have so many things in common. Okay, so I put a bunch of berries in the inside of my biscuit. I'm going to fold them in. So they're all kind of tucked in. Hailey, it smells good.
I love the smell of Saskatoons.
I'm smelling the coffee.
Oh.
I wonder if you picked your Saskatoons.
I did pick Saskatoons, but not for this jam. I make a Saskatoon syrup with mine, like I put on yogurt.
Oh, yum.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Hailey, I noticed that both you and I really like to use the word wonder a lot. I think, like, I don't know about you, but I like the word wonder because it's kind of like an invitation.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I say, I wonder if blah, 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 it gives you a chance to start thinking, oh, what ideas could I add to this?
And you're not just asking me a yes or no, like, do you like this? Because maybe I'm not sure if I like it and I don't have the answer yet.
Maybe you like something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
So if I say, I wonder, that gives you the opportunity to come up with totally your own thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite words.
I'm not sure about my jam cookie. It is very runny. I will have to see how it cooks.
Yep. On Friday, we're going to have the video where we taste all these things. So there's a couple of other ways that I thought of. One is you could use a rolling pin if you want. You want to be careful about if your flour is too sticky, you want to sprinkle a little bit of flour on. But I'm going to use my rolling pin and just roll so it's nice and smooth. You might want to use some cookie cutters. I'm going to make a giraffe. Oh boy. That is tricky. But I have a little giraffe. And then another idea, I was looking through my utensil drawer, and so I was looking through my utensil drawer, and I found this thing. This is a meat tenderizer. So if you have a tough piece of meat, you whack it with this stuff to make it more tender. But I was looking at those designs thinking I could squash this gently on top of a biscuit to make a design. So here we go. squash it. Okay, I squashed. And so I don't know if that'll still show up after it's baked, but whatever, that was kind of fun. Here's my biscuit with the little meat tenderizer pattern on it. Okay, folks. I think that's a wrap.
I think so.
We haven't decided what we're doing next week.
That's true.
I have a few ideas.
Okay.
Pizza's always fun.
I love pizza. We could do cupcakes.
Cupcakes are fun. I actually have a kind of an idea about cupcakes.
Okay.
If you made white cupcakes and if you had food coloring, then you could like take out little bits of batter and make them different colors.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should do cupcakes.
Sure. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, great idea, Hailey.
All right. I'm excited for next week.
Me too. Thanks for cooking with me.
I'm so excited to try these biscuits later.
Me too. See you later.
See ya.